Hey everyone, my name is Candis Dyer and this is Canna Corner. We are going to have a great show today. I've got Yani coming on. It's going to be so much fun. If y'all don't know who Yani is, we just went to the Arkansas event and I've met her at the Flower Power Festival, and I just recently joined her with Willow Creek Springs. She's like been doing this a lot longer than me, so we don't have to, but we're like joining like a team kind of and helping each other. So I'm going to have her come on today and tell her story and talk a little bit about the festival and talk about Willow Creek Springs products and all that good stuff today, y'all. So I hope y'all enjoy the show. If y'all have any questions on Relevant over there or on Facebook, you can put them right in the chat and I will see them and we will get them answered for you as soon as we see them. But I hope everyone had a fantastic Halloween. I know that Andrea went out for the first time, like with her friends at this event yesterday. So you know how mamas are when their babies go off for the first time without them. They're like nervous wreck the whole time. But she did good. We trust her. She does a great job. She's got very good morals, and we love her. So I knew that she'd be good. It just, you know how it is. Us mamas. Hey, Wendy, I love you, girl. We got Wendy over there on Relevant, y'all. So cool deal. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and add Miss Yani Melendez. Awesome, awesome. Here she comes. Hey, Yani, how are you doing today?
Hello. Good.
Good. I know that
Very good, thank you.
I wanted to go ahead and take this time a little bit for you to just kind of introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are, and let them know a little bit about the business that you're with, and then we'll go into your story.
Okay. Well, my name is Yani Melendez, and I'm a medical cannabis practitioner here in California. I work with, I'm a distributor for Willow Creek Springs. I've been working with them now for, I think about six years, going on 7. I work with people with disabilities, anybody with cancer. I do a lot of hospice, more than anything. In-home care facilities, hospice, with children with any disabilities. So I've been around for a while. So I love what I do. I love the fact that with cannabis we could save so many lives, so we could help so many people. And it's my passion. I'm here because of it. So
Right.
and that's love it so much.
And that's just it with us. Most people who are fighting for activism today really noticed a big, huge difference with cannabis and was like, oh my God, I got to tell everybody about it. Like, everybody should know this. And so it gives us this passion, and you have it. And many of the activists that we have around us have it. And it's just amazing. I love it. So you have an amazing story though. So I wanted this Canna Corner is all about the stories, cannabis stories, and getting them out there. So would you go ahead and let our audience know what it is that got you so passionate about cannabis?
Let the audience know about my life. Originally I was a computer. I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. I've always been. So I study computers. But one of the things that really intrigued me the most was to be able to be a technician. So that's where all my life started. So I worked for Apple for about 15 years, and I worked in the mainframe department. I'm 5 feet tall. So nobody in my family had cancer or anything. So in 97, I got diagnosed with terminal cancer. and we couldn't figure it out. It's like nobody in my family had cancer and we couldn't understand. Eventually we figured out that it had a lot to do with the radiation from the computer rooms that I was
Oh,
in.
wow.
But it was terminal, it was terminal, and it got to that point for me that I was going to do all the things that I wanted to do, but I was too scared to do it. So I bungee jumped, I skydived, I went water rafting. I mean, everything that you could possibly imagine. If I was going to die, it didn't matter. But then a friend of mine came along and she said to me, "You're not dying." And I said, "Okay." She goes, "Tell the doctors that you're not going to take any other medication. You're not going to do any radiation. You're not going to do any chemo for 45 days. And I'm like, "Okay, so what are we going to do for 45 days? She's like, "All that you have to do is listen to what I'm giving you, and you got to take it, and you can't complain." I'm like, "All right." So I went to her house. I thought it was oregano. And I'm like, "So what are you doing with that?" And she's like, "Don't you worry about it." Mind you, one of the things is I come from a very, very religious family.
Right.
And she knows my mom. If she would have ever told me what she was giving me, I would have been I would have been dead, even though cancer was going to kill me. So anyhow, we didn't say anything. So she started making this thing that looked like tar.
Right.
And she would come over, and it was like the taste of it was so disgusting because it's pure THC. So all that I remember exactly.
For those out there in
All that
Facebook land, this is what that looks like. There we go.
Exactly. So imagine you're supposed to have one of those a day for 45 days. So I didn't like the taste of it. So she figured out how to freeze it. So I used to have those little tiny, they look like little kisses.
Oh, wow.
So I would pop it in. The only thing I remember is getting up to eat, to go to the restroom, and that's it. I slept for 45 days.
Wow.
Went back to the doctor, I think like 3 days after, and they couldn't believe that it had gone from terminal to stage 2.
Wow.
He said, and I was going to tell him, he goes, "I don't want to know." He says, "Whatever you're doing, keep on doing it." He's like, "I don't want to know."
Right.
And so I kept doing what I was supposed to do. And I was 33 the first time that I tried cannabis. And I tried it because I needed to, not because I wanted to enjoy a high. Then after that, I discovered that you could get great high with it too. So, but that's basically what started my journey. I've actually have had 6 episodes after that. I've had breast cancer twice. I had uterus cancer, had that removed. What else? Lupus. I dealt with lupus for about, I'm sorry. I deal with lupus and fibromyalgia now. There was a period in my life that I didn't think there was a year that I would not have a reoccurrence.
Right.
So it's like I lived my life for like about 5 years, just worried that I would have another episode, and that I didn't know how I could fix it. So I started studying a little bit more. When I got the uterus cancer, that made me realize it's like I'm not going to ever have kids.
Right.
So that part, it was a little bit hard, but it was a blessing because at the same time my life changed. Right. Because it gave me an opportunity I have had so many things happen in my life that it gives me the opportunity to be able to connect with a lot of people that they have been in the same situation, or they have had some kind of ailment and they don't understand why. So my purpose is to share my story, let them know, look, this happened to me. I understand. I'm not only your practitioner, I'm also a patient.
Right.
So I've been able to deal with this stuff for so many years. It was one of the things that happened to me. Also, I had problems with opioids.
Right.
Because I couldn't have the cannabis at my mom's house, and that's where I was living at the time. So I had to use alternative. I had a period of time that it was so bad that I tried to commit suicide.
Man.
I was ready to do it.
Right.
And I remember when I was sitting in the bathtub, my mother saying, the children don't die before their parents. So I got myself out of that tub really quick, got in the car, took myself to the ER. I made one mistake. I told them that I was going to commit suicide.
Oh,
So
wow.
I got charged with the 1055.
Oh my God. Why would they charge? Oh, I don't understand. Their job is to send
It was
you
just
to,
because,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
Oh, their job is to like protect and serve. If somebody is saying, hey, I'm feeling suicidal, don't freaking give them a ticket. Take him to the hospital and get him some help. Like, what the hell is a ticket going to end up doing to somebody like that? They're already at the end of their ropes.
Right.
Like, who the hell? That's
Right.
so messed up. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it was bad. And at that time, I didn't know that we had organizations like the organization that we work with.
Right.
So it's like my own story has guided me to take and find people like the Human Solution, being able to find the NCC, places that they're fighting for something to be able to help us. Because there's so many people out there that are in pain and they go through the stuff that they go through. I felt it.
Exactly.
It's like being put in a ward with a whole bunch of people that are sick is like, this is my punishment. Right. You're supposed to help me. So when I found out about the Human Solution, I wanted to be able to do more. And I got lucky enough that this year or last year, I was able to work and become part of it. And I think the things that we're doing is like, every day I'm learning something new. So for me, it's like, I've never been very much into politics. This is kind of changing my perspective a little bit. And it's like, I want to learn the more that I can to be able to make a change. Because I want to be out there. So fighting and doing whatever we need to be able to help people. It's not about getting people high. It's about teaching them, educating them, letting them know, hey, there's a lot of people out there that have a whole bunch of ailments that we could take care of by using a plant.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
And that's where I am.
That is an amazing story. And I know there's a lot of people out there listening. Maybe they've got cancer. And I know we're not allowed to say that it cures cancer, but there have been studies on rats, and it has shown that they are shrinking the tumors in them. I know that Rick Simpson had a skin cancer, and he took the oil and he just rubbed it on his nose. He didn't even take it orally, and it fell off within days of doing it.
Right.
So we're not allowed to say that it cures cancer. And you know what? If you're at the stage of your cancer that they're already telling you you're going to die. Here. Right. And you have nothing else to lose. Like,
I agree. It's one of the things that I feel is that there's need to be more like people like us out there, or anybody that is listening. It's let's, get together, let's form a group, let's make it where it's a mission that we have to be able to take this plant to another level, be able to do whatever is in our power, in our hands, to make it legal. So that we could have people like me, people like you, or anybody that is out there. I mean, it's helped so many people with dementia, with Alzheimer's, Parkinson. I have a couple of clients.
It's turning back the tables on Alzheimer's a little bit. Not a whole lot, but they've noticed that it's like it's healing their mind. They used to tell us that cannabis killed your brain cells, and we're finding out with studies that no, it's actually rejuvenating our brain cells.
And it also, at the same time, it helps them with their temperament.
Right.
And I think that once you manage their temperament, a lot of people don't understand that they get so infuriated because they don't feel that they're being understood.
Right.
And the reality is, yeah, how many times do we just ignore them because we can't deal with them?
Right.
So is to be able to work with somebody and just go through the process, and for you to come in and they remember who you are, is
Right.
like, damn, this plant does so many things and nobody really knows about it.
Right.
So educated, we need to educate, and we also need to fight so that we could end prohibition and we could actually heal more people.
Right. Definitely.
I could say cannabis saved my life, and I don't care how many people say that it doesn't. So I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for it.
And that's just
I wouldn't
it.
be here if I didn't have my CBD.
Right. And that's exactly why that we've got this show, because there are so many of us out there. And like Bobby says, we are the scientific evidence. They don't have a lot of studies right now because they haven't been allowed to study it because it's not federally legal. So until that happens, we're kind of hands tied with studies. But there are so many of us out there that have been studying this and gotten off opioids and gotten off mental illness meds and gotten off alcohol and just so many, and cured themselves with cancer, and just so many stories out there. And it's just right. Nobody knows about them because they're not being told. And so we need to shout from the rooftops, hey, there's another alternative. It's safer and it's not addicting. It's not going to kill you. And it's the way I explain it is any toxins that you put in your body automatically flush out your toxins. But with cannabis, there's a reason why it goes in your system for 30 days.
Yes.
Because our body absorbs it and uses it. It's a vitamin. It's something that we've had in our system for years and years and years and years until they came across with prohibition. And it's just a miracle. And I love the fact that you're out here telling your story and fighting for it.
Can you imagine if they told the mother that they couldn't breastfeed their child because their milk has CBD in it?
Right.
It's like, crazy. Come on, it's one of the highest potency of CBD in the world.
Yep.
And yet there's a child giving it, somebody figures it out. What is it going to do? Oh no, you can't give that to the kid because it's a drug. It's like, no, you idiots. That's why that child needs it, so that they develop. And like you said, yeah, we're giving our body something back that it remembers, then it starts helping us with so many things. That's why you get balance. Anybody who has an immune issue, it helps in so many ways.
For sure. So
we need to fight so that we can get our real medicine instead of getting all these pharmaceuticals that are killing people.
Exactly. And I would suggest that anybody out there that has cancer or some ailment and they're thinking about trying, cannabis, research. There's so much research out there. YouTube, Google, you can go find, get involved with Facebook groups like ours. Message your friends, ask questions, message us, ask us, and we will tell you from the bottom of our hearts, the truth, what helped us. And we'll try to help you find what's best for you. And speaking of the Human Solution International, I'm a part of that as well. And I've met you through the Human Solution International, and they're doing amazing work. I'm so excited about the mentor program coming up. Are you ready for the mentor program? I know it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm totally ready.
Right.
I think it's going to be super, super exciting.
Yes, if we're going to be able to help so many people getting out of prison now that they're starting to roll out and getting them back acclimated, I guess that's the word, to a normal routine out here. Exactly. So yes, definitely so happy to be a part of the Human Solution. And I guess where I'm getting with this is they just announced this month that I don't know if y'all know about Smile Amazon, how they give back to
Yes,
charities. Right. And Willow Creek Springs is going to be doing this every sale.
buy everything through mine.
Right. Every sale that Joe sells of CBD, a percentage of that is going back to the Human Solution International. He's been doing it for a long time behind the scenes quietly, which is the whole reason I got involved with Willow Creek Springs, is because of the way they give back and they try to fight and make a difference. What can you tell me about the product and what you've learned so far in the last 6 years of working?
Oh my God, I have seen the company grow in so many different ways. The products themselves. I can't tell you how much I appreciate Jill and Liz and the products. If it wasn't because of their products, I would not be able to help as many people as I have helped so far.
Right.
Including myself. Because without what he provides to me and the stuff that I take that I'm able to pass on to some of my clients, you just tell him, hey, can we make this? And he's like, I'll look into it. And a month later, or sometimes 2 weeks later, guess what? It appears he's made something and it works. The company puts a lot of love into the products. And you could tell it's more medicinal than it is recreational. Starting from the topicals to the capsules to the sublinguals, every single product, it's amazing. I don't know how to describe just the fact that it's natural, it's made here in the United States, it's made with love, is packaged with love, and you could see it and you could taste it,
Right.
Also, and makes your body happy.
Yes, for sure. I know. I've been
you keep on freezing a little bit, so I'm sorry.
Right. I've been bombarded by so many CBD companies. Like ever since I've started this, I've been in activism now for 4.5 years ish. Nice. And this product is great, sell this product, blah blah blah. And I always would be like, no, it's not about selling a product, it's about making a difference. And then I met Joe, and Joe's like, oh, you get migraines? Hey, I got something for you. And he would send me the migraine CBD they've got, and I would try it and it would get rid of it. And I'm like, whoa. And then so a few months later, oh, you got back pain? Let me send you something. Y'all, look, this bottle is empty. I just put it in another order. For this stuff. This stuff is amazing. It helps my back so much. And
that's big.
So just trying the product, and every time he would send something to me, there was nothing that didn't work for what he said it was going to work for. And I was just like, And I was watching how he
so
was.
So that everybody knows what she was showing you is liquid butter.
Yes. Liquid butter, all natural. It's called Therapeutic Liquid Butter Hot and Cold. And it's got that nano CBD. You want to explain a little bit about the nano CBD and how it works?
Basically, nano CBD, what it does, it expands any other herbs that you put in it. So basically, let's say you have a little bit of lavender, you put a little bit of the nano CBD or just the CBD itself. It basically, the potency of that little piece of plant does to the solution itself. Right. So there's really small particles, so it intensifies the potency of the product that you're using. Right,
and it's smaller particles, so it
absorbs, so that it your body enough.
Yes, it takes smaller amount of product to work for your body because it's smaller particles and they absorb in your body better. So I think that's awesome. Hey, Farah, I love you. Farah's on saying hi. Wendy Love Edge is saying hi. So I try to say hi to them when they talk on that thing.
Very nice.
But so yeah, it works great. Great products, man. And then I watched how Joe was constantly putting, oh, Human Solution needs this money for this. Hey, I got it. And he would take the money from Willow Creek Springs and put it into the THSI account. And he's always been funding it. And I've been watching, and finally I get all these people messaging me, what's a good product? What's a good product? What's a good product? And I normally just send them, this is a good product I found. This is a good. And then I was like, you know what? My poor husband has been funding my activism since God knows when. And he could use a little help. He's supported so long. So why not use some of that money, that you make from the product, helping people and making sure they got a good product, not a gas station CBD. Stay away from the gas stations. And
oh yes, please.
Right. People will tell me, oh, I tried it, it didn't even work for me. And I'm like, where'd you get it from? Like, oh, the gas station, 7-Eleven down the.
No.
There's your problem. Like, you got to find a trusted source. And I'll tell you what, people
call Candis. He'll take care of you.
Me or you or anybody. Just make sure you get good product. Like, that's the most I could say about it. Make sure you get a good one, a reputable one. And people have come to me and been like,
make sure you do a little research.
Yes, make sure they're third party testing. Make sure they know what's in their products. For sure.
COAs are very important. And, which are certificate of analysis.
Exactly.
So even when you're buying online, a lot of them will put the certificate of analysis. And if you can't find it, then look somewhere else.
Right. Yeah. And Joe, that's what I love about it. The Willow Creek Springs, you go and it on every product, it has that. Click it and you can see the certificate for every product. So it's amazing, y'all. I can't tell you enough. And you're helping when you do choose Willow Creek Springs, because you're helping fund the Human Solution International. And we're always human solution. Yes. Come join, be a part of the solution. We're always looking for more members. It's international. So if they don't have one in your area, step up. We'll show you how to lead a group in your area and start one.
Awesome. Definitely.
Well, I know that we had the event last weekend, or was it last weekend or the weekend? Yeah, last weekend. How did you enjoy that? How was that for you?
It was a lot of fun because we actually got to see a lot of people, giving it the opportunity to kind of mingle and tell people about the Human Solution, passing out of the products, because we had Joe, Willow Creek Springs, we have products that we gave away as samples. So the only thing I would just go up to them, give them a little sample, give them a brochure. Let's support us. So it gave me the opportunity to be able to do some of the work that I've been wanting to do for a while. And, to be in the event was fantastic. I mean, the shows, everything was very, very, very nice. The way that it was set up.
And great food.
Food was good too.
What was that thing that you bought that I tried? I had never had one before. It was so good.
There was samosas.
Yeah.
That's basically, they're like an empanada or an apple fritter kind of a thing.
Right.
But they're Indian. So they either make them with potatoes. Oh, they were delicious. No, the food was amazing.
So good. I never had one before. And Yanni's like, hey, you got to try. And she even bought some to take home with us. So when we had the munchies, we had snacks. It was so much fun. I enjoyed the weekend.
We had a really nice, fantastic to actually get to meet you in person. And Farah and Renee. Well, it was, I loved it.
I had we got to do it more often. We got to get together more often. It's so much fun. Like a whole week of just Human Solution people going somewhere and just chilling for a week. I don't know. We'll have to make it happen one day. Invite
Well, that
everybody
would
all
be
around.
one day.
Yeah.
But you know that we can't stay still for a week anyway. So 2 to 3 days max, because then we're gonna want to just go out and start working.
Right, right. Yeah, all of us.
We
are
have a lot of
busy.
work to do. We got
Yes.
to end prohibition.
Well, we're always working. Even at the gas station, I'll be carrying a free the weed bag, and they'll be like, "Hey, I like your bag," and I'm like, "Oh, you know what else you're gonna like? Come see Canna Corner. Go look up the Human Solution, and then go check out KM 420 Radio." And we're constantly working when people like we're always in work mode.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. Well, man, I don't want to keep you too much longer. Did you how do people get a hold of you for your business? And then we didn't really even talk about the name of your business. You want to tell some people about that?
Well, the name I have 2 different companies. I have one that is Yardley Holistic Associates, and that's where I do all my consultations. So if anybody wants to have a consultation, call me and want to discuss whatever issues they have, just either you could call me at the number listed. Again, and it's long, and I apologize. So everybody tells me, why is it so long? So it's yardleyholisticassociates.com. And then I'm a distributor for Willow Creek Springs, and I have another site that is yardleysnaturals.com. And I'll explain why I named my company Yardley. Everybody goes, why, Yani? It's crazy. For me, because of the journey that I have lived with being ill, it's, you know how everybody says you take a step by step,
right,
and you'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's like I feel that I've been doing a sprinting that yard to be able to make it to where I'm healthier, where I feel better.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what obstacles they have been there. I always have been able, I still been sprinting. You know, I dislocated my hip and I'm still working. So that's the why I came up with the word Yardley, because it's my life.
Right.
That's how I have lived my life, because I always wanted to heal. And now that we have this amazing medicine, it makes me even run faster, you know, or leap faster, so that we could get to the finish line.
Right, right. That's
so
I
you
love
can get a hold of me through there, or you could give me a call. I don't know if you just want to post my number, or I'll give it to you later for you to post.
Yeah, I can put it in the after the show. If you give me the link to your business and your number and all that, I'll just put it in both the chats so that everybody can see it. Awesome.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I'm looking forward to, I know that we just joined a team, Willow Creek Springs people. This is when I tell people that Yani is the one helping me get started, and we just built a team. It's Yani, Farah, Renee, and myself, and we're all working together to help medicate people in need, and I love it. It's amazing.
To teach so and everything. Yes, of course.
Happy to be part of the team.
Me too. And yes, and I'm happy to work with you guys.
Much love and respect. You know a lot more about it than I do, and so I can always come to her and be like, hey, what does this do exactly? Definitely. Technically, like, because I know that it works, but explain it. Like, how does it work?
How does it work? Or so yeah, see, that's one of the things that I like, is that I have that experience.
Right.
And that's why with you working with me, I will teach you as much as I can. And you know, you'll make your own decisions once you start seeing more clients.
Right.
Because you'll hear it more often, and the more you hear it, then the more you know. And actually, I wanted to share something with you when you were talking about how cannabis stays in our system for 30 days.
Right.
When we ingest any cannabis, whether it's THC, it all goes to the liver. So it sits in your liver, and that's what it's, you know, it pumps it through.
Right.
So when you take CBD, it's the same thing. So it's there, so it's continuously it's working.
Right.
So depending on what kind of issue you have and how you want to operate it, or how you want to take care of it, it's up to the individual, and it's just making a call. like I said, that's why I do the consultations, so that I could find out exactly what's going on with the client. And if they really need to take all those pharmaceuticals that they're taking, because a lot of times they're taking 2 or 3, they do the same thing.
Right.
Is one doctor recommended, then the other one recommended something else, but what do people do? They just keep on taking stuff.
Yeah, because
So
it's their doctor. We're supposed to trust them. Like it's amazing. Well, I know that it's come a long way from the doctor coming and visiting us at our home. Those doctors back then, oh man, they were trustworthy. They've come on the front lines, coming to your, but now it's just like you're a number. Like they lost the personal touch somewhere. Like, and so you're exactly right. When you meet somebody that's trying to get on CBD for the first time, I was just talking to somebody the other day, and she's like, yeah, I have rheumatoid arthritis, and you got to find out what it is exactly that's hurting, where they're going to be rubbing it, whether it's going to need hot and cold, or whether they like the lotion or the oil or the stick, or there's just so many different options. And so it's good to have a consultation with somebody. Hell yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you so much, Yani. I enjoyed today. You can come on anytime you
You're
want.
welcome. Thank
Anytime,
you.
for real.
Thank
I love
you.
you so much.
Yeah, have it.
You have a wonderful night.
The feeling's mutual. You
Bye-bye.
too. Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah, Yani. You're welcome. You can come anytime. Seriously. I love that girl. I was so happy to be able to spend the weekend with everybody this weekend, meeting Wendy. I just wanted to say hi, Daniel. I did see you. I was just in the middle of a conversation, so I didn't want to like cut it off, but I did see you. Good evening. I hope everybody had a great Halloween. I know that there is an event coming up called the Texas Hemp Convention, November 20th to the 21st, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. for 2 days at Kaylee Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center in Dallas, Texas. And I will be there covering the event as the Human Solution International, Canna Corner, and KM420. And I think some people from KM420 are coming too. I'm not 100% on that, but I'll be there for sure. And maybe them, we'll see. Oh, those were good, Yani. I'm going to need the name of those. Best munchies ever. Yes, they were. They were so good. Me and Farah and Renee, we came home after the event, and we, of course, all sat outside on the smoke and got to know everyone. And yes, then we were like, where's the food? So they were so good. And then another thing I wanted to talk about is the new sponsor, y'all. Go Green Botanicals is now sponsoring Canna Corner. I wanted to give a big, huge shout out to him. So I wanted to take a minute to talk about my sponsors and everything they do. We've got KM420radio.com. They replay Canna Corner every Sunday at 2 p.m. And then WJAE 420 Radio, they replay every Wednesday at 2 p.m. And a big shout out to them. They're amazing. I love both of them. Just great people, y'all. So, and then our other sponsors, of course, the Human Solution International, Texas chapter over here. There's many of us. There's lots of us. We couldn't do this without everyone. Y'all, it takes a family of people to work together and work and actually try to, do things and lift each other up and teach each other how to do it. Like, if I know how to do a Facebook Zoom and such is educating the public on cannabis, and they're not really sure how to do it because, of course, I started 5 years ago, so I had to learn all this stuff. And if I can go and I can pass that information on to anybody that's trying to help educate everybody, I am so happy to do so. If y'all have like something you want to start out and you have any questions to ask me, I'm here. Seriously, totally, all the time. Just message me and I'll be like, hell yeah, girl, let's do this. I'll talk you through it any way I can and try to help you. Because if we're not all doing great, what do they say? The team is as good as its weakest link, right? So you want to make sure everybody is built up and strong. And if they have issues, you help them out. and you teach them. And they say, you know, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. If you teach them, then they'll eat for the rest of their life, right? So yes, anybody has any questions, you can always come to me. Major shout out to Go Green Botanicals. Also our newest sponsor. Love Ben. They've actually got a delivery service now too. So if you are in the San Antonio and the New Braunfels area, hit me up. And what they do is they have a lot of different CBDs, but he doesn't take their word on their third party testing. Before he carries any product in his store, he goes and gets that third party testing on his own to make sure what is in that product is actually in that product. And then he'll carry it in his store. So yes, great people. And then talk about giving back to the community again, y'all. Go Green Botanicals is another one. He's constantly helping activists do better, get further, and just financially, y'all, for real. He's a great guy. So hit them up, gogreenbotanicals.com, km420radio.com, wjae420.com, and then thsintl.org for the Human Solution International. Definitely go check us out. I don't want to talk too much longer and bore y'all. Hey, Pothead Society. Nice to see you. So happy you could join us. Please like and share and pass it on and tell your friends. We're here every Monday at 7 p.m. To talk about cannabis, talk about the stories, learn more, discuss it, and teach people. That's what we're here to do. Much love and respect, y'all. Big shout out to all the sponsors and big shout out to all the listeners. There'd be no reason for me to do this if it wasn't for you. And love each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night. Peace.